Good morning, everyone. If you can go ahead and grab our coffee and some last-minute snacks and grab a seat, we will get started. Apologize for the late start, but we had a few technical difficulties. Good morning, everyone. Good to see everybody out this morning. If we can, we're going to go ahead and grab a seat. We'll get started because we are about 10 minutes behind. So as you can see, we normally have the presentation on both screens. As technical difficulties that is only going to allow us to be on one screen. So everything is going to be right here behind me. So welcome to our Wednesday meeting of 1 Million Cups. If you have not scanned and signed in yet, please do so. I think somewhere after, you should get a notice. If you've done this 3 times, then let one of us know, and you should get some of our 1 Million Cups good stuff, a notebook or a cup for your loyalty. Everybody good? Phones are down? All right, we're gonna run through the beginning really quick because we got 2 presenters today, and that's the most important part of the meeting, so we want to focus on them. Housekeeping. Please mute your phones to keep the conversations to a minimum so we can focus on our presenters and their challenges today. We are live on Facebook, so if you have the opportunity, go on Facebook, share the presentation so it gets out to your friends and family. If you have not followed us on Facebook, please do so. And the bathrooms to your left up here is generally, we keep to the men's, and back here to the right, we like for the women. We want to thank our sponsors each and every week, the Mega Workplace. This is where we all meet, and business success happens in this building and in this room every single week. We have our 1 Million Cups. Downstairs, we have the SBDC, which is a free service to help organize your business. We have LEAD and all of the great programs that they put on. I think we talked last week. There's 24, 25 throughout the year. Majority of all of them are free, always bringing great information to you for business success. And then we also have the UCF Incubator. Brian is doing just an incredible job with that. They are, I believe, him and John are at conferences today, but you don't have to sign up, and Brian always wants me to bring this point out. You don't have to sign up with them to meet with Brian. He is happy to sit down with you, do a consultation. It's free. See if that's something that's helpful for your business. He's more than happy to give you some helpful suggestions as well. So take advantage of all of the services that are within the building. We want to thank our sponsors. Foxtail Coffee has been our sponsor from the beginning. If we make a connection here during the room, the only thing that we've ever asked is just when you take a meeting and you have a meeting outside of 1 Million Cups, just go to Foxtail to say thank you. And then we want to thank the Golden Triangle Toastmaster Group for our food sponsor for the 3rd quarter. We have Stephanie and her crew that sets up the beautiful display. And there's a lot of food left. It's almost so nice to look at, you don't want to eat it. But trust me, it is even better than it looks. So please, we don't want to take anything back. They don't want to take anything back. After the meeting, stay, help yourself. But let's thank both of our sponsors for what they do. We also want to thank our organizers. If you are an organizer, would you please stand up? As a reminder, let's thank them for what they do every week. 1 Million Cups is a free, 100% provided program. Organizers, we do this out of our time because we think it's a great program. And we are looking for a social media organizer. We want somebody to come on with social media experience. If you see the posts on Facebook that are going out, majority of the time those are from me, and they're not very good, but it's just what I can do to get the word out. Ryan, I hope you're paying attention. So I got to brag a little bit for a second on our social media organizer in Claremont. Her name is Jackie, and I tell her all the time, it's like, we need a Jackie. I love the post that she's doing. I want that for our group here, and it's not me. It's just, you know, I'm 63, I can post, that's about it. So if you know somebody, and we want regular attendees. We don't want somebody just saying, oh, hey, I know this person. We want them to know what the program's about. We want them to be part of the program and understand what this is about, and not saying, hey, you know, I'm Bob from Bob's Marketing. Look at what I did for 1 Million Cups. This is about giving back. We want somebody to handle our social media as a giving back experience as well. So, what is 1 Million Cups? It is for the community, by the community. Every week, the community, as you can see, shows up to help out our presenters. It's a hub or a home base for business entrepreneurs in Lake County. We now have North Lake, we have South Lake. We've got the area covered. Let's support each other, but let's support our local chapters as well. There is 110 chapters across the country. I think when we first started, there might have been 90? 2 years ago. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. So over the last 2 years, we've seen 1 Million Cups grow by nearly 20 chapters. It is, again, no cost. Every week, food sponsors, coffee sponsors, organizers, it's all provided for you. We just ask that you show up, bring your business knowledge and expertise with you, and give back to the community. And then if you're an entrepreneur, this is just where you want to be every week. Going on, it's presentations, not pitches. You're not going to be up here to be sold to. We review the presentations ahead of time. You're not going to be asked for funds to help, you know, support a business or run a business. And also, we're here to make connections, organic connections, not networking. There are great organizations for networking. We have a couple of the chamber members here today. They put on some of the best networking organizations here. We want honest, long-term, organic connections to be made here. We're going to skip this because we're running about 10 minutes behind, and I wanted the first presenter up here a couple of minutes ago. If you are a first timer today, just please stand up. We'll give you a round of applause, and come back next week, and we will get you to introduce yourself. So that way, I'm going to guilt you into coming back next week so you can tell us soon enough. So, who is eligible to present at 1 Million Cups? If you have an idea or a concept, we want you up here. If you think, I think this might be a good idea, this might be a good business to start in North Lake, South Lake, in all of Lake County, bring that idea here, get feedback. Everybody's going to give you honest feedback of whether they think that the community is ready for the business. It's really built for the newer businesses 1 to 5 years. Success happens during those first 5 years. The first year of business success rate is relatively lower than the last 5 years. Our goal here is to get you to that 5th year, get you in that high rate of success for a long-term successful business. And then if you have an existing business, growth sometimes can be very difficult. We want to help you grow. So if you're looking to expand your business, if you're looking to add another office or another product, growth can be done the right way and it can be done the wrong way. If you are growing, you have successful people again in the room that's going to help you determine and the best way to grow your business because they have been through the same challenges. Again, growth can be done right, it can be done wrong. So, what is our format when you present? So if you're interested in presenting, we have a sign-up sheet over there. When you go online, as a reminder, you need to find the Lake County Eustis chapter to log into and complete your presentation application. Again, there's probably 12 or 15 just in the state of Florida. Make sure you're completing the application for the Lake County Eustis chapter. But each presenter is going to have 6 minutes to do their presentation. Bev, come on up. And then we're going to do about 16 to 20 minutes of feedback for them. We may run a little bit over 10 o'clock, so if you have to leave, we respect your time, please do so. But we want to give both our presenters time. So our first presenter, we're going to have to do it for the more here because Monty turned the laptop on us. But we have Deb Lewis from Lewis Home and Bridal. So Deb is going to get 6 minutes, and let's give Deb a warm welcome.
Good morning. I am Deb Lewis of Lewis Home and Bridal, and this is our new sign that's out front of our building in Mount Dora, but I'll get to that in just a second. So I was raised in Minnesota and went to college in Wisconsin at La Crosse, and I have a degree in health education. Therefore, I own a sewing and design company in Florida. how that came about. I never intended to start a sewing company, so that I'll get to that in a minute. But my favorite things to do are spend time with my family and friends, anything outside, or drinking coffee, travel, anything like that. I have 5 kids and 4 granddaughters, but truth be told, my camera roll is full of my dog. So this is Buddy, and my grandbabies and things. So I started my sewing company 18 years ago, unintentionally, because some of us homeschool families were taking our kiddos up to Williamsburg, Virginia for like a really fun field trip. And we were making colonial dresses for our daughters. One of my friends had 3 girls, and I didn't think she really sewed, so I offered to help her. And she literally just slammed the table and said, "Yes, and I will pay you anything you want." And I thought, "You pay me?" She's like, "Yes, I'll pay you anything you want if you'll help me with these dresses." And that's really what launched the adventure that I have been on. And when we started, when we moved up to Lake County in 2008 and officially started the business in 2009 under the name of Seems Like Old Times, or SEAM, these little play on words. And as you can see here, I commandeered on your left-hand side, you can see I commandeered my dining room as my workroom. And brides had to come into the master bathroom to change, and then I did fittings in the master bedroom. It was a little bush league, but that's where we started, and we served people well, and they kept coming back and telling others. So over the last 16 years, we've been able to upgrade a little bit to the living room and things. And then 2 years ago, we got our first commercial space in Mount Dora. It was on Donnelly and 9th, and that served us very well. And then in July, we were able to move to a bigger space, a block closer to downtown. And I will tell you a little bit more about that. That's why I need y'all's input. We have done everything in the last 16 years, from sewing a button on for someone to sewing life-size elephants for Busch Gardens, their ice show, and 30-foot eels for SeaWorld for their electric nights, and like everything in between. So it's been very fun. We've gotten to serve some pretty unique people over the years, like fun celebrities and different things. So it's just been fun, right? So you're wondering how I got the name now of Lewis Home and Bridal. The home side stands for home interiors. So custom window treatments, upholstery, cushions, pillows, anything to do with fabric in your home. So that's the home side. And then bridal, that has 3 parts. The number 1 part is that we do wedding gown alterations. The second one is we bring the gowns to the venue and we'll steam up the whole bridal party. And then the third part is we go into venues and we do the ceiling draping, primarily for weddings, but we also do corporate events. So that is Lewis Home and Bridal. And over the years, we have really focused on our customer service and quality workmanship. So we are not the cheapest in Lake County by far, but we really take pride in serving our, especially brides, the best. So the bridal side is my favorite. It's my favorite. As you can see, I always talk about the bridal side. But I love working with brides. The first 6 months I was in business, I said I would never do a wedding gown because it scared me, and now it's my favorite thing I do. We've done over 1,000 wedding gowns now. So, but because we've moved into this new location, I need y'all's help. We have lots more space, right? So we have more opportunity, but with more space means more rent. So what I would love your feedback on is a couple things. So my home decor side needs just a kind of natural flow of receiving customers. To give you an example of my bridal side, I'm in with 3 wedding boutiques, so that when the brides buy their dress, they tell them they have to come to me. And so the brides are like, sure, they will fly in from different places, they'll drive from far away because their bridal shop told them. And just today I have a bride picking up who flew in from Kentucky to get her alterations done, and she came Friday for first fitting, Monday for second, and today she's picking up and leaving. So if a bridal shop tells them, then they don't even question it. And I don't have any kind of stream like that with my home decor side. In fact, I meet people, they're like, oh, we just redid our entire house and we used a company in Orlando, we didn't know you here. That doesn't really work so great for business. So I need that. We've also added We used to do regular alterations, I call them regular clothing. We used to do that all the time, and then we just got too busy. And now with having this bigger space, we've opened up Thursday afternoons for drop-in alterations. And so if anybody has a thought on that, I would like to put there. But the biggest part, like the new adventure that I'm starting, is we're hoping to do consignment wedding gowns. So people who have already gotten married can resell their gowns. There isn't any bridal shops really around here for brides to shop, and I get calls every week wanting to buy a wedding gown because my Google listing looks like I'm a wedding shop because I sell veils and other bridal items. But I don't want to get into new gowns like with a designer because the bridal shops that are so faithful to send me alterations, I don't want to do things that would be in competition with them. So just some thoughts on starting that, and then we're also starting to carry some bridal merchandise. So I'm working with local vendors on. I have like jewelry and some perfume with crafted scent bar and some different bridal gifts. So,
All right.
okay, thank you.
All right, so any thoughts for Deb to get started? We got people with mics, so yeah, go ahead. Missy, go ahead.
So I'm thinking if you were to go to maybe like the schools or the realty companies in order to partner with them, leave your business information for all the new homes whenever they go in for the purchases, or what about the schools whenever they do alterations for like for bands and stuff like that? Have you talked to any of those?
Thank you. I have not talked to any schools. I have worked with realtors in the past, and I've never had a customer come from realtors. Like I've even advertised with them, and I've even brought them. I've got nice flyers back there, and I've never had it. Never gotten a customer. Yeah.
That was actually my suggestion. So
Right?
talk to
I
realtors.
was thinking like, they just buy the home, and especially like when they move their curtains over, they don't fit in a new home, so we have to shorten them or do different things. But I don't. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good. Doesn't work for me.
I would suggest, again, I've talked to you before, you're a good friend of mine. I think you should really target the high-end realtors that do, like mansions and things like that. And those are the people to have that connection with. But then also, when you have brides coming in, I think you should send them out with a package of all the things that you do.
Right, except I appreciate that. You would think that would be a natural flow. They get married and then they fix up their home, but they've spent all their money on their wedding.
Yeah.
And my demographics for our home decor are women that are 60 and older because they have discretionary funds to do custom in their home.
Market in the villages, then. That's
Okay, that kind of scares me. I don't know why.
the villages.
Okay.
That's where I was going to go with next.
Okay.
Is the villages would be.
I do have people. I've had people come down from the
Yeah.
villages.
Because
Okay.
they're always changing around 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
Everything on the interior.
Okay.
Hi, good morning. Thank you. Congratulations.
Yes, thank
Sounds like
you.
you turned a side hustle into a real business, and 20 years ago, which wasn't even a side hustle.
Right. Well, I will say
That
that's
is-
because of the SBDC. So 5 years ago, they said, you actually have a hobby, let's turn it into a business. And
Love
they
it.
did it. It's because of them, yeah. Go
I
ahead.
have two thoughts for you.
Yes.
Where I used to live, and I don't know if we do this here, the schools or there were nonprofit groups that would support the schools, the underprivileged side of the schools, and every prom time collect dresses from bridesmaids,
Yes.
but of course not wedding gowns.
Right.
I wonder if that's an opportunity to partner with those types of venues or ventures, because they're not asking for bridal gowns, they're asking for bridesmaid dresses, and of course there's some combination of marketing there. And the other thing, maybe a number 3, and I'm totally reaching, but do you ever do men's alterations?
So that's what we're just starting to do again. We used to, and it was just me in this studio by myself, and I was like, that isn't even like really for safety, But now I've got a team in our location, and we're open on Thursdays, and so men can come in.
You may have a customer.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I do have one of my women is excellent with tailoring, so we have this. I have the team for it.
Good luck. David.
Dave.
It's fun to meet you this morning.
Thank you so much. I kind of honed in on you. You said you love the wedding stuff,
Yeah.
the dresses and things. It sounds like you found success by targeting the bridal shops. How did you do that? Or what process do you go through to get those connections?
That is a good question. One of them called me and asked me to do their alterations, and I told them no because they're really high end, and I thought they would be snooty, and they've been fantastic to work with, and not at all. Another one I met because I've been out with other vendors, wedding vendors, and just in the wedding world, and so we connected. And another one I just cold called them and said, "Can I come in?" And they were really struggling. They have an alterationist, but she couldn't keep up, and so that was really great. And we can have a really quick turnaround, and so that's what bridal shops really like. So that's a good one. Also, wedding venues send me brides, and other wedding vendors do.
I think focusing on that might be like one of the to expand, but I have one more little, just like my daughter actually does, she did it one time, she did one of those beauty pageants.
Yes.
Have you done anything with dresses for beauty
That's
pageants?
actually how we started. I had somebody talk me into doing their beauty pageant dress, and I'm like, okay, but I'll never do wedding gown. that's how it started. But I took it all apart and did all this stuff to like, this is fun. So.
All right, we're gonna go Rose, Wendy, and then Pam.
Rose Linda with Linda's Catering and Events. Deb, I love you. The reason is because I went to school for interior decorating and fabrication. That was my first degree. And home clients that you're looking for. So where I used to get my clients was from blinds.
Yes.
The blinds.
Blinds company, yes.
Blind
Island
company.
Breeze Creation sends me their clients.
Yes,
thank
and
you.
furniture places. You can get a lot of decorating clients from that.
Oh, I didn't think of that because they have their own fabrics, but
They're
that's a
always
good
looking
idea.
for outsource.
Thank you.
So, also for bridal, there's a bridal store right here down the street, and she's always looking for someone to do bridal alterations.
Oh,
all
I
the
just
time.
assumed she used Nyla's. Okay. That's good to
No.
know. Okay.
I'll connect you with her.
Okay.
Wendy. And we're gonna go to Pam.
Two ideas. You alluded to it, and I don't know if you have focused on wedding planners. Is in the process, do people get a wedding planner before they get a dress, or vice versa?
It depends. Sometimes their venue tells them which planner to use. So what I've done with planners is I host bustle parties. So I have them come in and give them some hors d'oeuvres and things, and then I teach them how to do different bustles. And so that builds, gives them some, helps them, and then they send me their brides. So I'm having another one next week, but that is a great idea.
And then schools, it was mentioned before, how about like for prom season?
I used to go to the different schools and drop off my prom alteration flyers. It's just that weddings bring in so much more revenue than prom dresses, but I do get, and my girls just graduated through Eustis, and so all their friends would come to me. That's probably why I don't make much on proms, because it was their friends that couldn't charge them much, so I probably need to relook at prom again. Thank you, yeah.
All right, we're gonna go Marie, Pam, and then Mike.
I like the focus part on consignment or reusing wedding gowns.
Right.
In this environment, our up and coming young people are not afraid to thrift. In fact, they think it's really cool.
Okay.
I think they're smarter than a lot of us were when they go into the wedding, and it's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I've seen them say, "Hey, it's a wedding dress. Okay, I want to wear it one time,
use,
and I can resell it back to you." So I would say that's your market, and if you can target that, I'd say that's the way to go, because we're really into repurposing, reusing, and restoring right now. So
That's the feedback I needed before I launched, and get all these gowns, right? But I really do think that so we do that with wedding veils already. Like, people will rent them, from us. We also repurpose mothers' and grandmothers' wedding gowns to, a robe for them to get ready in, the rehearsal dress. So that, it does seem like we are wanting to do that.
Pam.
I just have a couple of questions before my suggestion. Your store, is it the home decor is on a separate section? Is it, and are you doing accessory items as well, or where you're located?
Yeah.
Do you get walk-in traffic?
So thank you for asking. So we now get walking traffic just because our sign went up yesterday. So we're in the same block as the old post office on the same side there. So we won't get tons of walking unless they've had to park in Timbuktu to get into Mount Dora, because it's a couple blocks up. But we do have accessories for the bridal side. I don't have accessories for home decor. So I have about 3,000 samples there. So like in our space, there's a whole separate room for home interiors, and we've got a big counter, and they can just play with fabrics and put things together, or we can have a designer go to their home.
So in my previous life, I worked with a lot of home decor locations and stores, and the real high-end ones. And what they did in their locations was they had high-end accessory items. And you want to, and I can talk to you later about what some of those items and brands are, because people will look for those items, and then you're creating traffic into your store. So I feel like if you have a location, you want to make sure you're driving traffic into that store. You never know, instead of always trying to go out and find a client, and try to entice them to come and find you.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have that steady stream. It may mean more labor if you're doing alterations. You need to have somebody that can maybe help if you get that kind of traffic. But there's some accessory items that people will search out and look for.
That's really good to know. See, coming from the fabric side, I just think surely they all want this fabric, but and some of the other fabric shop stores, like Joann's, is closed, so there isn't really a lot of places to buy beautiful interior fabrics. So that's one plus. But that's a good point. I never thought about accessories, because if you look at my home, you'll know I'm not an accessory person.
No,
but that's good to know.
Yeah, and that's why, especially where you're located, that's what people like to do, walk in and walk around, and you just want to get that traffic in, and you never know where that client's going to come from. Or, hey, when my friend's looking for a designer, here, and then you're going to get people working for you.
Thank you. I was thinking too, like when moms come in with their brides, like if they saw like an accessory, they saw something, or if I had some enticement for the moms to come back and us do their homes, maybe. But thanks.
We're going to Mike and then to Angie.
Have you considered Facebook ads?
I have not, only because I'm not technical. I do have a social media person, so we'll have to look into that. Thank you.
I would recommend it, because 2 years ago, Business Consultant recommended I do that. And I am the nerd of all time when it comes to logistics and social media. But just the last 10 days, less than $300 ad spend, I've had over 40,000 viewers.
Oh, wow.
So if you
That's
want
no
to,
joke,
you have a great niche. You have a great niche, and you can be seen in a lot more eyes with Facebook ads.
All right. And Facebook is more where my home decor people are. Instagram is where my brides are, so I should.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes left, so let's keep it precise and to the point, please. Angie.
Hi, I'm Angie. I agree with Marie. There used to be a shop in Leesburg that did bridal gowns, and used to be somebody who did alterations, and they're not there anymore. And my store still was, so those people were coming and constantly looking for it and desperate.
Okay.
So I know, especially if you use consignment wedding gowns, it was really needed in Leesburg, and that's not
Right. No. Okay. Thank you.
So I had a couple of thoughts I want to follow up, and Aaron, we'll get to you next, and I'll wait to Alyssa. But like following up on Pam, meet with interior designers and say, let's give an example and a cost based on all new drapes, all of this stuff. Let's give a cost based on what you can do for them. Secondly, maybe go to from a price point to bridal shops and say, on average, you're spending this much per month for your person to do alterations, and not that we want to put people out of work, but I can save you by farming it out to me on a piece-by-piece basis versus paying someone an hour. It may be a nice savings, because I think a lot of bridal shops are independent. Aaron.
Quinceanera as well, pageant as said before, and then with home decor type stuff, looking at some handmade businesses, so like I know somebody that does phenomenal cutting boards and stuff that would be related to weddings, that maybe, hey, check this stuff out, these would be great gifts or whatever. And then also connecting with bridal locations like the Howie Mansion. Brides are booking 2 years out, so they're booking before they even have a dress. So I know in Howie alone, I know it's not Mount Dora, but in Howie alone, I think there's 3 or 4 different wedding venues. So looking at those venues and getting on their preferred list.
Yes. I have worked on that. I need to go back and keep myself in front of them though. Yes, thank you.
We're gonna go to Brandy and we're gonna wrap it up with Mike.
So I know that the bride, I think that you kind of are flowing pretty well on that, but I just kind of thought about the home decor side. So your niche market and the people that are looking for that are your 55 and older. So there are some pretty substantial 55 and older communities that are doing or not home design, but oh my god,
Like a women's group?
no.
Come on.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, so when they go in for their design for their home, right? I don't believe there's anybody there doing what you do. So Crestwinds of Tavares, the Mineola community and the villages going into their design center. And I don't believe that they have people that are doing drapery in that. So I can connect you with somebody in the villages that I know that works in the design center. I can connect you with somebody at Crestwinds that works in the design center. And I don't believe that that's something that that design center offers.
Oh, I'm surprised. I would not have known that. And
They're
I've never
they're
thought of
offering more
hearing.
of the cabinetries, the countertops, the
Okay.
flooring, that type of stuff, but nothing for
Okay,
renovation.
thank you.
Finish this up, Matthew.
Yes, sir. So Lake County is uniquely positioned because if you take on average America, 50% of each county are renters and home buyers. Lake County is about 75% homeowners. So as there's new development, 200 people a week moving in, if you get in with the smaller developers that are building multifamily, senior living, turnkey homes, and offer a design option for those model homes. My grandmother back in the 80s, kind of before Siesta Key was cool, and they passed a law, okay, we'll allow multi-story units to go in along the beach. And so the developers rushed in, and she just right time, right place, interior designer, and was able to decorate turnkey all those high rises. So if you're able to kind of get in now as the growth is happening, I think it'd be a good introduction into those developers.
Okay, thank you. Well, I just want to thank everybody. Like, I knew this would be the place to come and get some good help, and I'm thankful, Margaret, that you write it all down, so I can't remember it all. But thank you for your input. I really appreciate it.
All right, number one, let's give Deb a big round. Now, if you're interested in presenting, now you see what the process is, sign up. Our next presenter is going to be, I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'm just going to say Bachine from Heart and Hands on Deck Care Support. So let's give her a big round of applause.
Morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm here with Heart and Hands on Deck Care Support. My name is Bachine, and I am a dedicated RN with a bachelor degree in nursing. I have done my study in Wisconsin, Million. Here in Orlando, I've been there in the Orlando area for 10, 12 years or so, and I've been doing my experience at the hospital. So being at the hospital, especially medical surgical, I've seen clients coming back and forth in the hospital just because they don't have someone to help them at home, not because they are really sick, but that because they don't have anybody to help them at home. So I've done some experiences at the hospital for 10 years now as a nurse educator, doing clinical instructor, and also I'm now a CPR instructor. So, and then kind of advanced my degree in as a certified med-surg nurse. About us, we are like a private or non-medical home care agency. So we serve the community of Seminole, Orange, Osceola, and Brevard. We are licensed with ACA, and this is our license number if you have to pull us up. We use in our team, we use certified nursing assistant and home health aide. So the services that we provide, they're right here on that side, it's more like the custodial side of it, like the light stuff that people cannot do. Let's say you have surgery and you have no one at home, and then you're kind of limited on doing activities. So this is where we step in. We kind of give a break to someone who's taking care of someone with a chronic and long-term care, need long-term care, and being a family member, you may not want to send them into a nursing home or ALF, but we're here to support you and give you a break if you need. Like you need us, we'll be there 24 hours to your house, anytime and at any day of the day, of the week. So the biggest challenge that we are facing right now is just finding better ways to connect with the right target. When I say the right target, it's a bit difficult because the targets are here. We're talking about hospital, rehab, nursing home, physician office, even other home care agencies, seniors, churches, senior housing. All those are the right target to tackle for us to be, continue to be in business. And it's been a struggle. So what we did is kind of doing networking with having from one place to another, get to meet others. Hopefully, the hope is to get there and then find someone to connect us to those right targets. We did some marketing and all the social media platforms, you name them, we have them all. SEO, trying to work out with our website, make sure our media is out there. But the immediate response that we're looking for is not there yet, or is not going as I'm hoping it goes. So things that are not successful so far for us is to just direct leads. As we spend thousands of dollars buying leads. Well, they say they can help you find leads, but it's not really the case because they kind of share the information with many other companies. It's kind of a struggle. People don't answer their phone nowadays. They don't answer email. It's just getting to them is a little bit hard when you buy a lead. We also job flyers. Like I'll be stopping at those places that I told you about. But you get to meet the front desk person and then say that I will pass the information along. Never did. And you never really get into contact with the right person. You are at the right place, but not the right person to help you out. So basically, your suggestion on guiding me to a positive result. Let's target like the places where we talk about the target population.
Right, we're gonna get back. Let's give her a round of applause. So thoughts, and we got Brandon, Greg, and Mike. A couple of thoughts that I had as you're going through it. Never buy a lead again. The only person that benefits is the company selling them because they're selling those leads at 18 different places. Again, education. Get into senior care centers. Do online education. When you are caring for an elderly parent or grandparent, you don't know what all is involved. I have a very close friend that is dealing with that right now, and we've talked, and what you're dealing with, and what he's and his wife are dealing with, they never expected. Educate. This is what you have to deal with.
You mentioned all the right target groups. Maybe going to LinkedIn and seeing who the decision makers are, and then targeting them with an email or a phone call versus just dropping off flyers to them might help out. And the other thing is, Jim just mentioned the family members are going through it. So maybe target communities that are more like 50 years old because they have parents that are 70, 80. And so the conversation between the family. So you're trying to target, when you're targeting, going back to the right target group, if they're providing certain services, but you seem like you're going over and above by some of the things that you're offering, like doing laundry and things like that for people that come out of the hospital, if there's some businesses that only do a certain amount, maybe they're willing to, for a fee or give them something as a referral fee for these other services that you give. Perhaps there's an opportunity there.
Sure, thank you.
Okay. And how much are your CPR classes, and how do you normally orchestrate that?
So basically, for the CPR classes, we like it's 65. If you wanna do half and half, you can do that as well. It's a little bit lower, but yeah, we do that. Like if you want me to come to some place to do some classes for a group of people, I can do that as well.
Well, I live in a community, we have a clubhouse, and I feel like if they were to have something where you were able to do a CPR class and the residents come, I don't know if you've ever done something in a setting like that where it's $5 for people to come in, and half of our community is a retired community. So I think if I wanted anyone to take care of my mom, I'd at least want to have some communication with them, and then by the CPR introduction, that could kind of be a way where people get more familiar with you and can refer you through as well.
Wonderful.
I don't know how the
No, I
community
mean,
clubhouse
sure,
works,
Mary.
they're all different, so sometimes they're inviting and sometimes they're not, but that could be, I want to take that, that's what I want in my life, so.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll keep that in mind.
Stephanie from Posh Dining and Charcuterie. I work with somebody named Patricia at a Medicare Resource Center in Leesburg, and all I do is donate meals, like hot plates, and I'm able to be there and meet the elderly people that come in that need help with their plans and benefits. So, and they have different companies that sponsor the food there. So maybe if you go and talk to her, and I can give you her number, but maybe you go and talk to her and say, hey, this is what I do. Maybe if you sponsor a breakfast or something like that, but maybe she can, refer people to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Al Bernstein, HR Office Savers. Thank you. I went through an outpatient procedure a bit ago, and I didn't have a caregiver. So finding someone that could get me home, take care of me at home, and do the stuff that needed to be done was really helpful, and I found that through the facility that did this. As I'm looking at your presentation, I'm hearing you, I'm wondering if you're creating an extra step that makes it harder for me to refer to you. I'm seeing who your target group is, and I'm seeing what your services are, but I'm not clear on who your actual clients are. And I'm wondering if maybe you can connect to the client and ask us for help connecting to clients, and then backing that into how you get there, if that makes sense. It feels like an extra step for me to refer.
So basically, well, anybody who was like, the target people will be mostly the seniors, but it doesn't stop here because anybody can have surgery at any time, right? So we can be coming and do the help. Like those group that, the target group that we talk about, those are the more the geriatric side of it, like when we have to, tackle that certain amount of group and then move from there.
Alright, we're gonna go to Brittany, then we're gonna go to Pam, and we're gonna come over here to Ryan. And Rose, I saw you too. So Brittany.
Good morning. Are you self-pay only, or do you accept insurance?
Well, we're working because it's in the early stage of the business. We're working with the insurance part of it, but it's so hard. But we're getting there, but for now it's private.
Okay, so that was my suggestion, is mainly to accept Medicaid and mainly Medicaid to start, and then credential with different insurance companies.
Yeah, I'm working on it now, but the process is a little bit hectic.
And then a good thing to do is to search the insurance companies that are in your areas that you serve under Medicaid, because they change often. And you ever heard of targeted advertising? It's through the postal service. Like you can select the location and demographics and things like that, and they can send your brochure out.
Oh, the DDN?
Right.
Yeah, okay, yes, we try that in the area that we are in right now. Right now I'm trying to target those, like you said, calling those residency home and then offer free education. They come and have fun. So we're trying. I went through some of this with helping to care for my mom, and I think that your target, and piggybacking on what Alan was saying, one of your targets that's missing is I think your client is the children of the person who needs the care and reaching out to them, because stepping into that position, you know, my mom or my dad were at a loss and they were overwhelmed with what was going on. It was me who had to go and try to find those resources. So you want to target us, this demographic, so that we can take care of our parents. And one of the ways I did find help was through elder care, and they gave me a list of all different resources that I could reach out to. So you may want to reach out to elder care and try to get on their list that they hand out to people asking for help.
So per se, don't target the group, but mostly the person responsible to make decisions.
Yes, because at that point when the elder person needs care, they're not in a place usually to be able to make those decisions. They're relying on their loved ones or, you know, other people to help them make those right decisions. So those are the people you want to contact.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and I think the main point, and Ron will come next, is you go to some of the care facilities, because like some of the senior cares, there's long-term and short-term. What if you just had a weekly class or a bi-weekly class for an hour every Saturday for the children? You come in and say, your parent's gonna be here for 2 weeks. This is what's gonna happen when they go home. This is what you're gonna need help with. And again, you're reaching your target is the children, not the parents. Because
even targeted ads toward people like me that are in our 50s and our parents are getting older. So is your family, or, you know, hitting that pain point, you know, you need to hit that pain point of people that are dealing with those situations and don't know where to go.
Right.
So I'm going to lead right into it because I know it's 10 o'clock and I won't take too much time. But so just to kind of echo something that you mentioned, yeah, don't buy leads. You know, it's either a competitive list where you are sharing those leads with everybody else, or you don't know where they're coming from. They're not embedded. So if you're going to get leads, earn them yourself. But to the targeting thing, I think a lot of people are spot on with that, because the place that you want to be in, those are your referral partners. But in order to get there, they need to see proof of concept. So they need to see consistent visibility of your brand and your organization out there in the public. And you know, if your end customer is direct to, you know, B2C, not B2B, right? It's directly to any of us who need that care or for our loved ones. We want to see you, and we want to see your brand out there. So I would say, as far as your advertising spend, don't waste it on doing lead generation like that. I think your best thing is going to be on visibility. So this area in particular, it's going to be old school. You got to meet people where they're at. So it's going to be out of home, billboards. It might be OTT, you know, where it streams. Because even old people are watching streaming stuff now because that's what they have in their homes. But get it out in front of them for as cheap as possible, as many times as possible. Then when you go start talking to these healthcare companies, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to be more likely to put you on their short list as a referral. So that's my piece.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your presentation. Well, at this time, I'm going through an agency, and how I got the agency was through my mom's doctor. So what the doctor does is he has a company that come in and do like a free lunch, and then you can share your information at that time. My mom, she's 87 years old. I've been through so many agencies. I believe if you do a good job, you will get a lot of referral. I'm going through such a hard time right now because I have someone who comes in to take care of my mom, and then I'm watching on the camera, they're on the couch sleeping. The last time someone left the front door open, my mom is asleep, and it's been very difficult. So afterwards, I'll talk to you because I've been going through so much with my mom. Like right now, I walk away, she's home by herself. You know, I have to watch my camera, making sure she's okay. So if you do have staff that work with you, make sure they have a passion for the elderly, especially. Make sure that, because referral, you know, if you do me good, I'm going to refer you to someone else. And like my neighborhood, there's over 300 homes. The word is going to spread. You know, so if you just have the proper people to work for you,
Thank you.
and it makes a difference.
Definitely.
All right, we're gonna go till about 10:07. Monty.
All right, Betsy, this is a hard question. What hurdle is in your way to get insurance approved?
Medicaid take like it's between 6 to 8 months, and I just started with that one, so.
Okay, I would, in the meantime, if you can, if you're self-sufficient with what you're doing, maybe save marketing dollars to go after those people, because I think you're right in your target group, and I think the audience is also right of like, but going through that myself, you're instantly validated and you're credible when you're on those doctors' lists and you're insurable, and I don't think they're going to put you on the list if you're not insurable. So in the meantime, if there's a different way to be that differentiator to say, you know, your SEO or whatever it is, okay, if you don't have insurance or if your insurance doesn't cover this, I'm here. And that's your line. That's your only differentiating factor, because why am I going to pay for something when my insurance will pay for it, no matter how good you are?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I think. Either save up to get insurable, because people are going to use their insurance money. So no, we don't want to have it. I know that's a whole deep well, but in the meantime, maybe you can partner with people that are already kind of anti-insurance, like direct primary cares. There's a couple of them, chiropractors, things like that.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
I got one.
Great.
I want to comment on that since you're mostly self-pay right now, and I want to expand upon what Rose said. Is I just dealt with a client and a good friend of mine. They had a care where the girl was just sitting on the couch all the time. So I would highly advise you to focus on people that are passionate, your employees that are passionate with elderly, because that will set you apart from many other companies out there, because it's just a body, and it's not good.
Yeah, what we put in place is just me as the nurse will be going to announce and unannounced visits. So I'll definitely keep looking after them, and stay in good communication with the family members to make sure the care are being provided because they're paying for it.
Yeah, and to follow up on that, we're going to wrap up with you. I visit somebody. I don't want to call out the facility at a senior care center, and I feel horrible because I watch the people. It's not a job. This is something, it's a passion that you do to help people. And to separate yourself from those people, because they're going to be there a week, and they're going to see, like, this was terrible. They're going to come see you going, this is what it should be. And it will take time, but to grow that by showing how it should be done and how the care should be taken care of. And then to Rose's point, my personal opinion, don't go to the doctors, go to the staff. Because when people are asking referrals, it's going to be the nurse, it's going to be the people at the checkout. Doctors are going to go talk to anybody, and nurse practitioners. Go ahead and wrap us up.
As you were saying, she was saying that she sees her mother and the caregiver. Be proactive when you get with someone like this and you make an agreement. Let them know right away. If you have a camera, if you're watching, please give me feedback on my employee.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening and sharing your feedback. It's really appreciated.
All right, let's give her a round of applause. So we are going to wrap up with community announcements since we are over time due to our technical difficulties. Let's please keep them to the point, the date, the time, and the name of the event only. No details on it. Anybody have anything coming up in the next 7 days? You can also put flyers on the back to let us know. Stephanie.
Toastmasters Monday, 5:30 to 6:30.
That's how it's done.
Toastmasters in Leesburg at 9 o'clock at the chamber office.
What day? Tuesdays. Anyone else? Aaron.
Wednesday market, fresh market at Perrin on Wednesday from 5 to 8.
Next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday.
I'm going to make one of those.
Okay, event's not until September, but tickets were on sale now, so I'm going to say it. It's the Swashbucklers and Sirens Soiree at the Venetian Center in Leesburg. Come dressed like a pirate or mermaid.
And today, this evening, 6 to 8, there is a Eustis High School pep rally in Farron Park. And it's a good time to come out and meet people and see what's going on in your community. And then Friday night, we have a ribbon cutting at Godspeed Tattoo, which is in the old, I guess it's the old Big Lots parking lot area. They're in there, and that starts at 4:30 with ribbon cutting at 5, and he's got all kinds of goodies, and you may get a tattoo out of it. I don't know. And Pam has the next.
Hi, we have our Home and Garden, the Chamber's Home and Garden Expo coming up September 19th and 20th. It's going to be at the fairgrounds. If you would like to participate, please see Marie, and you can set up a booth there. If not, come and check out all the businesses that will be there. Thank you.
Open mic tomorrow at Artists with a Purpose from 7:30 to 10. I will be performing.
Singing, poetry, what are you doing? Spoken word.
Stay involved. Please scan the QR code. Lake County's comp plan. Have an opportunity to give your feedback for the future planning of the community.
Are you sure you really want feedback? Really?
Is it still going on?
Yes.
Fast track. Okay. Accounting, legal, marketing, sales, patent law, SBA loans, traditional loans. HR. Entrepreneurial mindset. All the things to be an entrepreneur, or refine your business, better structure, get ready for sale or launch. That's the place to do it. Free resource. We're doing it in Claremont. We're doing it in Eustis soon. I believe the UCF Business Incubation Program is launching something similar coming up in the fall as well, right here in Mega Workplace.
Starts next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, Jim.
And you got flyers in the back?
I've got flyers in the back. It's on the league website, and scan the QR. It should take you to the Eventbrite.
Yeah, 10 weeks of in-depth on all aspects of your business. I've watched a couple of them. Just another great program that Lee and Coffin put on together. Highly recommend. Do we have any past fast track graduates today? Rhodes? Yeah, I mean, talk to them afterwards. They'll tell you how valuable it is. Next.
Yep, follow us on social media. If you have your own event, add it here if it's entrepreneurial focused. You can find different chamber events there as well. Ready for the picture, Jim?
I got one. And also, everybody, I just want to remind you, if you got some benefit out of this, especially you new folks, please share with everybody else. And then also, even if you have friends in other states, this Kaufman Foundation hosts this 1 million cup every Wednesday. So it ranges from 8:30